Hey, I'm Shelly, and welcome to my page. There's a whole backstory on how I ended up on this journey of healthier living, and this is what happened to me. If there's any moms or dads that are out there, you guys are going to be able to really relate to where I'm coming from. So, my son Rowan, when he was born with spina bifida. We spent about a month in the NICU, and when it was time to bring him home, he had respiratory issues, so we had to bring him home with oxygen. But at the same time, you know, those first few months as a mom or dad are tough, and nobody tells you about you not getting any sleep. Can you relate to your child not sleeping through the night? Because I was shocked. And by the time that Rowan was 1, he was still waking up every 3 to 4 hours. So I had this kind of internal, external struggle, if you will. I was struggling because I was so sleep deprived. And I kept thinking, wouldn't it be nice to get like a 5 or 6 hour block of sleep? That would be so awesome right now. It would do wonders as a mom. You know why? Because we function better. I was so exhausted, and sometimes I felt like I was losing my mind. Can you relate to this? So I had this internal struggle as a mom. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? What can I do to make this better? Am I missing something that would help me and Rowan get better sleep? So moms and dads out there, have you had these questions before? The doubting that goes through your mind. So I hit this wall. I was trying everything. I was doing sound machines, I was doing different feeding times, I was making the room darker, I was doing different bedtimes, and I just felt like I was hitting this wall because Rowan and I were both so exhausted. Not to mention the fact that Rowan had also developed this horrible bronchial cough that kept him awake, so my worry meter was really high. Don't you do everything for your kids to help them, whether or not they're sick or you're trying to help them sleep? So this is where I was at. And then I remembered one of those sleepless nights, a friend of mine who had started sharing with me about essential oils, and I hadn't really given it a lot of thought, but I remembered about her sharing about how some of these oils might be able to help with babies and not just adults, and how they had some great healing benefits. So the next day I reached out to her in my desperation, and she came over and she shared the whole package with me about oils and followed up with me with lots of information on how I could use these oils on babies and diffusing them, how they were safe, the purity of the oils were high quality, and which ones to avoid for babies, because that's also important. You can't use these on everybody. And the lavender oil could be an oil that I could use to help calm Rowan, and some other oils that would be able to help his cough and his respiratory. And so that was kind of my journey, but I was really conflicted. Maybe you're kind of like me, because I don't like being sold, and I have done so many MLMs and network marketing, and I've loved the products, but I just didn't want to be sold. But I knew that my friend was being really genuine, and deep down she just wanted to help me, but I was also afraid because I thought, what if this doesn't work? What if Rowan doesn't sleep? What if I can't sleep? What am I going to do then? I really only needed 2 or 3 oils, but I decided to get the whole kit, because when it's for your kids, you do whatever you got to do. And so I broke down and I bought this kit, and that's kind of what happened. So what happened next was so amazing, because the first night that I had the diffuser beside his bed, he got sleep. He got the rest he needed, and he wasn't coughing as much. And I got that 5-hour block of sleep that I needed so much. When you get the rest that you need, you feel like a new person? Fast forward now, Rowan is about to be 2, and I have used the diffuser beside his bed every night. And now I actually give him an oil massage after the bath, depending on whether he just needs calmness or whether he needs help with some sickness that he might have. So I went through this transformation, and when I started this journey, it was supposed to be about just getting better sleep. But to my amazement, it has transformed over this last year, because I started using the oils for myself. Like, wouldn't it be nice to find a natural way to cure your pain? And that was my experience. I kept digging into what I call the box of healing, because it would take away my headaches, and headaches slow you down, so then you can't function, and then you can't do all the things that you need to do. Or my back pain that literally would paralyze me from stopping to do the things that I wanted to do, like picking up your kids and hugging them. Or when I'm sick, because moms are not ever allowed to get sick. Or keep up your immune system and help you prevent that cycle and circle of sickness that happens in families. Or I started using the lemon oil, and it would cleanse my body and rid myself of toxins, and I would feel better. And then I started using it for even my skin, better toned skin, which makes you feel amazing and it boosts your confidence when you look in the mirror. Like, what if every time you're faced with an ailment that you can go to this magic box of healing that you can dip into? Well, you can. So Young Living's Premium Starter Kit is one of the best ways to take the oily plunge. And that's the best way to start with all of these oils. And so that is my challenge to you. Check out the Premium Starter Kit. Maybe it's time for you.